This time, Commissioner Cutler is going to lead us in prayer and blessing.
Shall we pray? Dear Heavenly Father, Creator of heaven and earth, we want to thank you in this time of Thanksgiving for all the blessings that you have given us. We ask, Lord, that you continue to bless our families, our citizens of Catoosa County. And Lord, we just ask your blessings on all of the people in the United States of America, the great state of Georgia, and of course, again, the United States and Catoosa County and its families. In your name we heavenly pray. Amen. Salute and pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Cutler?
Here.
Chairman Henry?
Here.
Commissioner Winter?
Here.
Commissioner Long?
Here. This time, are there any items to add or remove from the agenda?
We can remove the executive session.
Okay, remove executive. Do we need to add anything? Hint?
Recreation.
Yeah, the recreation grant.
We need to add acceptance of the grant for the recreation department.
We'll do that under, trade fiscal matter.
Yes.
Travis, will you present that?
Yes.
Do I have a motion to approve the amended agenda?
So moved. Second.
All in favor of approving the new agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Has everyone had a chance to look over the minutes from the November 6th meeting, and if so, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. This time we'll open up for appearances. Would anybody like to speak? Mr. Patterson?
J. George Battersby, District 4. Another year is coming to an end. Sadly, many of our animals have been slaughtered at the animal shelter. Last year we had a dismal record. 30% of dogs were euthanized, 50% of cats, and 100% of everything else that was brought in, where people brought an injured animal in of some sort for help. Other counties do a much better job. Walker, for example. Walker has agreements with various rescue agencies in the Northeast where actually there's a need for animals, but they care and they do something about it. They even purchased an old van to carry some of these animals and meet these other groups. Catoosa does nothing, and where it's not your fault, you all control it. And if the personnel there have no interest in the animals' well-being, they shouldn't be there. It's a disgrace. So it'll be interesting to see how bad these numbers are. But these poor animals rely on us, all of us citizens, to take care of them, not to put them down. And also, since we have the public work guy here tonight with us, perhaps we could get something done where Oldham Road runs into 151. It's a disgrace. I know you can't repave the whole road. There's still construction going on. But there's some good patchwork can be done to help people out. It's shocking and really a disgrace. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Patterson. Anybody else like to speak?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I think y'all think I'm here to ask questions tonight, but I'm not. I'm here to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving and just enjoy it because we got the first year coming, people. Thanks.
Thank you. Anybody else like to speak? Okay. Moving on to administrative fiscal matters, Ms. Vaughn.
Well, I'm glad to see a packed house tonight. That's awesome. But I'm Alicia Vaughn. I'm the new county manager for Catoosa County, And it's a privilege for me tonight to get to talk to you about the Quarterly Star Award. So this is an award that the board gives quarterly to one employee that the board feels basically went above and beyond their normal duties. And this quarterly award is going to go to Bryant Williams, if he's come up here and join me. And I believe, I wrote this down because I don't want to say it wrong, I believe he has his wife, Tabitha, and your sons, Cody and Eli, with you too, so if they want to come up here and join us. And then I'm also going to ask James Davis, he is our zoning administrator, code enforcement director. I had to write that down because he wears a lot of hats and he does an amazing job for the county. So, come on here, I think. I don't like standing behind the podium. So I'm going to have James tell you a little bit about why we're giving this award to Bryant.
Bryant comes into work every single day, and he's always ready to do whatever he can to help the county in general, however he possibly can. He always has a positive attitude and demeanor when he's dealing with the public. He stepped up and assisted with inspections to ensure that the builders within the county receive their inspections in a timely manner, and so they don't have to wait an extended period of time for inspections. Whether it's doing his daily inspections with stormwater, or assisting with code enforcement, building inspections, or even answering the phones because we might be short-staffed up front, he's always ready and willing to help in any way he can, and he does it without any hesitation whatsoever. I always say, in speaking with the commissioners or anyone in general, that we always make one person happy and at least one person upset on most of the complaints we go on. And we know that in public service we have a mostly thankless job. However, with that being said, my office received a complaint recently, and unfortunately we weren't able to help the citizen because the issues were beyond the county scope of work and they were on county property, or excuse me, on private property. After the complaint was resolved, the citizen sent an email in to me praising Bryant and the way that he conducted himself and handled the situation. The citizen stated that Bryant may not have told him what he wanted to hear, but the way he went about doing his job was very professional, and he commended Bryant on the way he handled the situation. I can say that Bryant is always looking out for what is in the best interest of Catoosa County as a whole, and I appreciate what he does, not only for my office, but for the county on a daily basis. So thank you, Bryant, for what you do.
Local vendors. So thank you so much.
This is the board.
We got to get out.
Yes.
Come on, Mr. Chairman.
Come on down.
Come on, Bob.
Thank you, guys.
He was going to present one to you at the meeting.
Now, I believe we've got Chief Camp. Come on up.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner, thank you for the opportunity to recognize one of our firefighters tonight. I'd like to ask Josh Fincher to come up, please.
On September the 6th, 2018, Josh, along with other companies, responded to a report of structure fire at 585 West Circle Drive. Mobile home, smoke visible with no mention of an occupant in the residence. Firefighter Fincher entered into the building, found the subject laying on the floor unconscious while doing a search. Carried her to the front door by herself, passed her off to EMS, and returned to the interior to continue fire suppression. The resident did survive. I'd like to present at this time with our life-saving merit bar award. And also, I'd like to present you with the certificate. It says Life-Saving Award for Catoosa County Fire Department to Josh Fincher for outstanding life-saving care and exceptional bravery rendered to a Catoosa County resident on September 6, 2018 during a residential structure fire. Your actions in this incident demonstrate your commitment to our citizens and to the fire department. Your dedication to the preservation of life is to be commended. Josh, thank you.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, sir.
I'd also like to commend all our firefighters that are here and all the ones that serve our community. Would y'all stand, all the firefighters in the room? Thank y'all for your service. Moving on to our L meeting, Mr. Grant.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. GDOT began accepting applications for 2019. LMIG beginning July 1st. Catoosa County has inspected the roadway system, developed a resurfacing plan, and requested GDOT funding. GDOT would like to assist Catoosa County in resurfacing the various roads. GDOT will provide a check in the amount of $745,347.77. The application must be received no later than January 1st, 2019. This grant requires a 30% match, which is $223,604.33. And that match would, the county would meet that match through SPOS fund.
Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Do we have any questions? Buster, I've got one question. How old are you now? Today is Buster Brown's birthday. He is here asking for money.
That's what you do.
33.
34. Actually,
If there's no questions at this time, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Buster. Happy birthday. See, I'd have said Gerald. Do you want Jeff to
Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners. I'm here tonight on behalf of the Emergency Management Agency asking for the approval for our 2018 Emergency Management Performance Grant application. This is an annual application and grant program we partner with Georgia Emergency Management Agency with. The funds come from FEMA, funneled through FEMA, and this year's grant application amount is $19,150. It is a 100% matching grant, so we'll have to match that 100%. But typically, these funds have been used, and they continue to be able to be used for salaries and travel and those type of expenses in the Emergency Management Agency.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Do we have any questions for this?
In the past, has this been a match grant or is or has it been any kind? I was thinking that, I didn't know if this, I know that we did several of them, didn't know if this was any kind.
Typically, we put it towards salary, and then whatever we match with the salary equals the salary and travel.
Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dennis.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we are asking to, usually we purchase 15 sets of gear per year to keep up with the rotation of gear and the replacement. We're a little late this year asking for the turnout gear. We wanted to demo several sets, which we did throughout the year, to come up with a good specification. We're just going out, asking to go out for approval for 30 sets of gear, 15 sets for 2018 and 15 for the 2019 budget allotment. This would come out of SPLOST funds. This would be the complete set, coats, boots, helmets, hood, boots, and gloves.
Do I have a motion? I have a motion.
Second.
Do we have any questions? So 15 will be on your 18, 15 will be on your 19.
Yes, sir. We felt like we should get a lower price buying 30 sets versus 15.
Chief, what's the lifespan of a set?
Well, it's 10 years is what you're supposed to replace for standards, but it really depends on the user. Some of our firefighters can go through a set of gear in about 3 years. So it depends on their activity levels, how hard they work. But really a set of gear is probably about 5 years if you have pretty active firefighters.
Buying them so close together hurt your stagger.
No, sir, that's why we're trying to get on a budget of buying 15 a year so we can rotate it out. And of course, due to all the contaminants that's inside the turnout gear, once they fight fire, each firefighter has 2 sets. So they can remove the one set, clean it, and then have another set to still respond to calls. So,
Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Chief. And you're up.
yeah, we have one more. Yes, we were asking to go out to bid for 50 self-contained breathing apparatus, which would come out of the 2014 SPLOST funds. Currently, our department has 83 air packs. With the purchase of the 50, we would be able to replace some very aging cylinders, which you see in your packet. I'll just kind of go over that. What really surprised me, the age, but we have 8 in our current inventory that's 31 years old. 1988, we purchased 8. 95 2, 96 13, 97 17, and 99 2. The current 29 packs that we would keep in service, 15 of those would be allotted for training, and they'd give us 5 spares, and we have 59 total on all the trucks. 50 of those would be new. All the other VAs would be somewhere between 10 and 15 years old. And recommended on those is 2 life cycles, but because of the cost, it's kind of difficult to do. Our dilemma with a lot of the older VAs that we're running into is that they no longer purchase parts or make parts for some of the older VAs. So currently, we send them back and they take used parts off of older VAs and place them on new ones. That's the dilemma that we're in. Some of these are actually out of service today. So this is to help replace our needed stock. And this is, I know this is a big purchase all at one time, but we should see a pretty good savings compared to, buying one or two at a time versus this many. But we just in, a dilemma with a lot of older breathing apparatus.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do we have questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Chad?
Mr. Chairman, board members, the item before you is a proposed revision to your minutes for August 7th, 2018 meeting. At that meeting, one item of business was the proposed rezoning of the DL Road property on Moore Road and Pine Grove Road. The request was to rezone to R3, and the commission passed the request 4-1, subject to 3 conditions. That was limiting the maximum number of homes to 72, that Moore Road would have to be improved at the developer's expense, and that any development would be done to R3 standards. We went back and looked at the minutes, and the minutes you approved only have 2 of those conditions in there, 72 homes and bringing Moore Road up to standard. Melissa and I went back and listened to the recording. It's very clear that the chairman, I believe you made the motion, and it laid out all 3 of these items. It could be argued that you're rezoning to R3, so anything that's zoned R3 has to meet R3 standards anyway. But just in case this comes back up, we wanted it to be abundantly clear and that your written minutes actually reflect what was done after that.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Do we have any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Chad. Skip?
Mr. Chairman, we have a proposed resolution for wireless prepaid 911 fee. We have previously amended the 911 fee ordinances, providing for, the normal dial phone, the wireless phone, and we left off the prepaid wireless phones. There's a $1.50 fee that's imposed on prepaid wireless commencing January 1st, 2019. This also provides for the money that we receive on the prepaid wireless to be remitted to the Department of Revenue. So this brings all 3 categories of our 911 fees into compliance with the state law before the end of the year.
Do I have a motion? Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Skip. Charles?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I have the proposed approval for the submission of the Federal Transit Grant 5311 for fiscal year 2020. The estimated budget for that period was $625,962. This is a 50% grant, so the estimated value of the grant would be $312,981.
Do you have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Do we have any questions about the grant? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Carl. Next.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I have the proposed consideration of the holiday bonus. Traditionally, the Board of Commissioners approved a holiday bonus of $200 for each full-time Catoosa County employee with 1 year or more of service, and it's prorated for those with less than a year. The estimated amount of that, including payroll taxes, is $62,000, and it would be scheduled to be paid December the 14th.
Do I have a motion?
No.
Second. Questions or anything? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Carl, 3 in a row?
I think that was it.
I'm sorry, I jumped right ahead of you, I apologize. I was supposed to do you third, I messed up.
That's okay. I guess we're here for you guys to accept the grant we received through GRPA. The money came from the Atlanta Hawks organization. It is a 100% grant for $2,600 to subsidize the sign-up cost of players in our youth organizations. So we've reached out to the youth organizations, RYSA, Fort Oglethorpe, and Boynton, each asking them how they would like us to dole it out, if they want to suggest kids and send them our way and then invoice us, or if they wanted us to collect the people, register them, and they would invoice us. So we received a grant of $2,600. The grant was offered by our new athletic director, also Caitlin Condon, who's been here since October 1st. So, any questions? It's a 100% grant too. All these other people didn't do that.
We have a motion to accept this grant. Second. Any questions?
This grant should scholarship 26 to 32 kids.
Now, you were also saying that we want to send some coaches training and things like that.
We will be sending out, there's numerous incentive programs through the Atlanta Hawks, such as group ticket nights for the organizations in our county, coaches training. It will make our organizations eligible for participate in junior Hawks tournaments and female tournaments as well. So,
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Sorry, I made you wait.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to report on the general fund summary for the 12-month period ended September the 30th, 2018. The operating revenue for the period was $27,398,000. That was 106% of the budget. Exceeded the budgeted revenue by $1,561,000, or 6%. Revenue was favorable to prior year, $1,205,000, or 4.6%. The operating expenditures before other financing uses and operating transfers out were $23,750,000, 95.1% of budget, therefore less than the budgeted expenditures by $1,215,000, or 4.8%. Expenditures were unfavorable to prior year, $872,000, or 3.8%. In summary, operating after financing sources and uses and operating transfers out, revenue exceeded expenditures $2.8 million. Favorable to budget $2.8 million, and favorable to prior year $240,000.
Thank you.
And here again, that was the $2.8 million was basically like $1.6 million favorable revenue and $1.2 million favorable expenditures.
Thank you very much. Just kind of moving into old business, Skip.
Mr. Chairman, the issue before the board is approval of a option to purchase. It's actually a contract to purchase and sell between Catoosa County and the state of Georgia acting through the Georgia Forestry Commission. We've approved this sale before in general terms, but this particular contract actually fills in all the blanks and makes the option to purchase official. One of the most important things is that the purchase price of the 4-acre tract is $20,276,000. This $20,276. This particular tract is a 4-acre tract off the 11-acre Stubberfield tract that the county had to proceed to condemnation. There was some question about our title to the property. We had to file a quiet title action in order to perfect the title to the property in the county so that we could sell it to the Forestry Commission. The Forestry Commission has worked with us. A lady named Kendra Smith down there got the State Properties Commission talking to us, worked out some problems that we had serving the state of Georgia, who is an adjoining property owner by virtue of the CSX line that runs through there. We've also will have to clean that up, but we're almost there. Within 30 days, we filed the acknowledgement of service in the state of Georgia last Friday. 31 days after that, we'll be able to go ahead and get our judicial title to this property and complete our sale.
All in favor? I mean, motion, I'm sorry.
So moved. Second.
Okay, now we have any questions?
One more thing I wanted to mention, that we cleared up an issue about the survey. Carl and I ordered the survey. Survey got completed, and it provided in the original contract that that we weren't going to get reimbursed. This, we're going to get reimbursed for payment of the survey of the property.
Yes, sir.
Do we know some kind of timeline with forestry, anything like that?
Seth,
When are y'all building?
I don't know for sure. The state property commission did allow us some leeway to get this into their December meeting because they will not have another meeting until the legislative session is over, which will be July. So they were very, very kind to work with us as we kind of struggled through the contract process. But it should go before them. I think it's December the 16th. And once their approval is stamped on it, between our property folks and the county, we should be able to close any time after that.
What's your projection of actually moving?
We're probably talking at least a year and a half. And some of that will depend on if they choose to bid out the project statewide or if they use a contracting company that the state already has back.
Thank you. Anything else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. This time we have one zoning case, James.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have zoning case 1285-18, rezoning of tax map 14, parcel 11 from R1 to A1. The applicant, Jason Cox, has requested his property located off of Bernie Bush Road be rezoned from R1 to A1. The property has 13 acres, and some of the adjacent properties are zoned to A1 as well. He would like to have some farm animals on the property at some point. The Planning Commission met in regards to the case on October 23rd and approved the request 5-0, and the rezoning does comply with the county comprehensive plan.
Have a motion.
So moved.
No one there opposing or anything?
There's been no opposition at all.
here to speak on for or against? Jason? Very good. We'll move on. All in favor of approving this case, say aye. Aye. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Do we have any commissioner comments at this time?
Sure. I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight and stuff, and the firemen for the things they do and stuff, and for the public. We really thank y'all and for y'all coming tonight and watching us over. And I hope everybody has a very, very Thanksgiving and good family and stuff, and all the good eating. Thank y'all for coming.
I would just like to echo that and wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and enjoy time with your families. Congratulations again on your award. It was very, very well done. So we're proud of you and the entire fire department. So thank you for that. But again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Y'all, I'll pass on that, go over there, Reese, and also like to wish everybody a great Thanksgiving, everybody be safe, and also commend our school system. This year was probably the first year ever that all three high schools made first round playoffs. You know, it went bad from there, but they didn't all come together. And this was the football team's deal. And I would like to commend our county clerk and our county manager today. We did a United Way fundraiser at Food City in Fort Oglethorpe, and they raised the most money the first day. Now they did great to get money for the United Way today. I won't tell them about you keeping the rolls out of later, but that's right. At least one number. Go ahead. I also like to thank the school board and us, as we announced this week, the tax cut that will be taking effect here in a couple of years, whatever. Mr. Henry and other commissioners and the board, the school board has worked hard for years trying to get this done. And it's not real big, but it's a big help to a lot of people, and we just hope everybody enjoys it.
Thank everyone for coming out. I appreciate the crowd.